Wow, I really should have done my hair before I did this. Hey everyone, welcome to day 7. This is actually the video that I posted last year on Christmas Day. It's just the same video I posted. Now, before you ask, well, why are you just posting the same video? Are you lazy or something? Yeah, but also, for those who don't know, I was reading through the 1990 Christmas play, Rock and Roll Santa. And I was playing all the characters. But this time, there's something different in it. I actually managed to get into contact with one of the actors from the original production. Now, unfortunately, I made the video before I knew I was even gonna get anyone from the original show, so I'm just apologizing ahead of time, Marissa. I'm sorry that your voice is coming out of Ashton Kutcher. So without further ado, let's enjoy my last year's video that I released now, but this time starring Marissa Price. Thanks again. Merry Christmas, Home Slice!
It's the most.
But enough of that. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. But enough of that. Let me paint the scene. You're a parent, and your child just landed the lead in his school Christmas play. What would you expect from it? Probably a nativity scene, stage adaptation of Rudolph, maybe just a collection of Christmas carols? The standard stuff. So you take your seat, curtain opens, and what follows is the strangest Christmas play ever written. The bizarre Christmas musical comedy, Rock and Roll Santa. First premiered in 1990 at the University of South Alabama and probably other times. Honestly, there's not a lot of information on this. When I googled it, I just found sites that people use to order the scripts to perform the show. But what I did manage to get my hands on is a copy of the script, as well as a CD of the soundtrack. There's a brief amount of information in the script, but it does include pictures of the original production. I got bored and drew mustaches on them. Anyways, let's start. The show opens in Santa's workshop, and right away we get a good sense of what we're in for. We get to hear the 8 tiny reindeer introduce themselves. We also get to see one of the main running jokes of the show.
I'm Dasher, I'm Dancer, I'm Prancer, Vixen,
I'm Comet.
I'm Cupid, I'm Donald, and Blitzen.
Yeah, Blitzen's dumb. That's the joke. So they give us a little number about how they're Santa's 8 tiny reindeer and they pull Santa's sleigh every year.
Well, we're Santa's 8 tiny reindeer, we pull Santa's sleigh every year.
That's literally all the song is about.
Shh! I hear someone coming. To your places. Pretend to be working.
So all the reindeer run to different places and pretend to be working. Then Santa comes in, followed by his head elf Herman, followed by 2 assistant elves. And then we get this dialogue exchange.
What's going on in here? Blitzen? Blitzen? Blitzen!
Are you talking to me?
Your name's Blitzen, isn't it?
Well,
Yes!
Yes. Blitzen. That's my name. That's right. My name's,
Blitzen.
Yeah, that goes on for a while. And it happens multiple times in the show. As the show goes on, your biggest wonder in the world now is, why is this character so dumb? It's right up there with, why are his arms shaped like that? Or, why was this guy so freaking negative? So basically, this scene is just Santa hating on rock music and Herman telling them that they are dangerously close to being fired. Like that close.
I'll be back later, and all these toys had better be completed by then, or else you're out of a job and out on the street.
Okay, couple of things. 1, can animals have paying jobs? 2, how do they do these tasks without hands? 3, if they get fired from this job, do they still have the sleigh pulling job? 4, do they get paid for that? 5, do they not live here? I assume they have a stable or something. I don't remember what number I'm on. 8, there aren't any streets in the North Pole. Anyway, Herman leaves and the reindeer have an idea.
Hey, let's quit. Let's just stop.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm tired of working here anyway.
Yeah!
Yeah, working here is more work than I thought.
It's time for us to stick it to the man.
But if we quit, what will we do?
Oh, I think you know.
What else?
Oh, yeah.
We rock and roll.
Woo! Rock and roll, baby! And what's the best way to express rock and roll culture and rebellious behavior? I think you know. Hula hooping.
You can do the hula hoop.
Yup, Hula hooping. That's what they do. Side note, this is a lyric in the song.
Well, we twiddle our thumbs and sit on our shoes.
Reindeer don't have thumbs. What are you doing? So then Herman comes back in and things could have gone better.
You're fired.
Yep, they're out of work. But we do learn why the reindeer took the job in the workshop. So it turns out that they have an arrangement with a group of charity soldiers. Apparently, they agreed to give any money they make to charity. I don't know how they have any income if that's what they're doing with their money, but if I ask questions about reindeer finances, we're gonna be here forever. Now, in the script, there's multiple charity soldiers, but it says that the amount can be lowered due to, cast size. So I'm just gonna do this. So they end up telling the soldiers that they're now out of work and can't donate to the orphans.
The poor children.
But then freaking Blitzen promises that they'll raise money for charity.
We promise.
Good job. So now the reindeer are off to find new jobs. And we get this little number from the charity soldiers.
Jingle rock, jingle roll, jingle rock and roll. Oh, what fun it is to rock when the jingle's in your soul.
So then we get a scene of Blitzen taking music lessons. Let's see how that goes.
This is the worst guitar picking I've ever heard.
Doesn't go well. Then we get Dasher and Vixen applying for a job.
Talking reindeer? But reindeer don't talk. Help! Help! I'm going crazy! I don't think we got the job.
They did not. And then we get this song again.
Jingle rock, jingle roll, jingle rock and roll.
Alright, so they did that song again. Next up, Blitzen's back with the music teacher. And he is less than impressed.
But isn't there anything I can play?
Yes, there is. Checkers.
Checkers? Is that anything like a saxophone?
And then the scene just ends, and we move on to the next scene. Nothing really happens, but I felt like this was worth mentioning.
People don't seem to understand that we reindeer have special needs.
I don't think you're allowed to say that. And then we get...
Jingle rock, jingle roll, jingle rock and roll.
Okay, really? Three times? That seems a bit much, right? And the next scene is interesting, to say the least. Let me just go through it. So Comet enters, hastily looking for a place to hide. It is not explained why, so don't ask. He decides to hide inside a nearby trash can. Cupid enters pushing a stroller. She then throws dirty diapers into the trash can. Comet jumps out of the can. And here's where it gets really weird. The baby in the stroller turns out to be Blitzen.
Blitzen? Who's that?
Yikes! That's the ugliest baby I've ever seen.
What the actual f***? Why was Blitzen in a stroller? And why was Cupid going along with it? And most importantly, I don't think we should ignore this. Where'd the dirty diapers come from? Did Cupid clean up Blitzen's shit? Do you now see why I wanted to do a video on this? Anyway, what happens next?
Jingle rock, jingle roll, jingle rock and roll.
Seriously, why are 4 songs in a row the exact same friggin' song? 13 songs in the show, and 4 in a row are Jingle Rock, Jingle Roll. Let that sink in. Now here's a scene that does not include Jingle Rock, Jingle Roll. So Santa walks into the workshop and it's completely empty. Not sure where the elves are, but whatever. That's far from our biggest concern.
Dasher? Dancer? Prancer? Vixen? Blitzen?
So I guess Comet, Cupid, Donner, they mean nothing.
I haven't seen them in weeks.
I'm sorry, weeks? They've been gone for weeks and you haven't noticed?
I've been gone a week.
A week?
Wow.
So then Santa starts looking around at the reindeer's instruments, being all footloosey.
I hate loud guitars. I don't know what the reindeer see in them. I really hate these things. Disgusting.
So as you probably predicted, Santa has his own little rock number.
They call me the rock and roll Santa. Rock and roll Santa.
Whoa! That's the name of the show!
They call me rock and roll Santa. Rock, rock, rock. Rock and roll Santa. Rock and roll.
Aw yeah, even my boy Herman getting in on the action.
Rock and roll Santa.
So the reindeer return and inform Santa of the situation, and, what follows is a very large amount of information in such a short amount of time. We don't actually see this happen, they only talk about it, but here's what happened. Blitzen explains, while having pizza in his antlers, that he was working at Pete's Pizzeria when his antlers got stuck in the ceiling fan, and when he tried to escape, he broke down the entire ceiling. causing the window to break as well. Also, a fire started somehow. So he did the sensible thing and put out the fire with a hose, which then caused a flood. And for some reason, the water wouldn't turn off, and it flooded the entire 10-story building. You know those pizzerias that have 10 stories for pizza reasons? So now, the reindeer are in debt. They now owe $10 million. And they need to pay for the damages by December 1st, or these reindeer are going to prison. And that's Act 1. So I think now is a good time to take a brief intermission. Let's take a break and we'll be back. Okay, we're back. I know I've said this a lot, but this next scene is interesting. I've actually read through it a couple times. They sing a song, but I have zero idea why. Here's the dialogue leading up to it.
But when your head's on the chop block, where do we bebop?
At the sock hop.
So the reindeer come up with a new idea. They decide to form a band to raise the money, which is what they've been talking about since the beginning. So it begs the question, why did they go around looking for jobs when they had this much faith that their band was going to work out? And the good ideas just keep coming. Because now they want Herman to be their agent. Herman! The guy who fired them. And also told them that rock music was a waste of time. And what's even crazier is, Herman agrees.
There's one problem that you've overlooked. You need a lead singer. Someone with outstanding audience appeal. Someone people would flock to see. Without a lead singer, your idea's a flop.
Wait, I've got it. A lead singer, do you say? I know the perfect one. We're going to be famous reindeer.
You already are, but okay.
We're going to set the music world on its ears. Wait right here. Don't go anywhere.
So Dasher leaves and then they have a discussion about checkers for some reason. But Dasher comes back.
Reindeer, Herman, surprise, surprise.
Oh my god.
Why, that's...
It can't be.
Oh, but I think it is.
I don't believe it.
Me neither.
Well, would you look at this?
I'm looking.
I love it.
Me too.
What do we need with him?
Shut the hell up, Vixen.
Even I know who that is. It's...
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Oh! My boy is back! He may have been bullied by these guys. Let's not forget that. It's very well documented. But he is back to save Christmas once again.
Groovy cats, let's hit it.
Aw yeah! Christmas will live on. Let's rock and roll all night and party every day. Hit it, reindeer!
Jingle rock, jingle roll, jingle rock and roll.
Five times! I'm gonna need a minute. Okay. I'm fine now. I mean, I snapped and killed a bird, but I'm fine. Now is the time for the big show.
Ladies and gentlemen of small town USA, welcome please, Rudolph and the 8 tiny reindeer.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
So they do the concert and it's a huge success. They even made enough to pay off their debt. Why did the rest of the reindeer have to pay off the debt when Blitzen was the only one who had anything to do with it? This band went on tour and took on an extreme amount of debt that they did not owe, only to help out the band member that does owe the money. Because that member is the one that actually caused the damage. They also caused literally every problem they've faced in the group. And this is the band member that none of them even seem to like. This show is way more like Jersey Boys than I realized. Blitzen's just the type of guy that doesn't take on responsibility and just expects other people to solve their problems. Which is the type of people I hate. They're up there with like people who don't signal when they make a turn, or people who order steak well done. What is the matter with you? The blood is freaking delicious. It's what adds its flavor. It's like sauce, but on the inside. So stop cooking it so much. Red meat is good meat. Red meat is good meat. Anyway, where was I? Oh right, Reindeer Band. So the show was a big hit and Herman decides to book a second tour for them. Which at first sounds fine. More music, more money, right?
No!
So turns out Herman booked a big concert for Christmas Eve. Meaning they can't help Santa. Which really doesn't make sense because Why would you go to a concert that straight up is ruining Christmas? Hey kids, sorry Santa didn't come this year, but on the bright side, I got you guys this t-shirt. It's an extra large, but that should be fine. And what's also an issue is Rudolph has laryngitis. Because, you know, We Wish You a Merry Christmas really takes it out of you. And apparently they can't skip out on this concert because they're under contract. So they fire Herman.
You're fired!
Which I'm pretty sure doesn't change the fact that they're under contract. Am I wrong? Someone get Legal Eagle on the phone. So now, the reindeer have to find a new lead singer so that they can perform at an event for the charity soldiers, which, yeah, remember them? Seems like we kind of forgot about them. What with all the property damage, I guess it makes sense. But with no Rudolph, who could possibly replace him?
Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome to this performance of Christmas music. Tonight, we're delighted to present the #1 singing group in the entire world, Santa Claus and his 9 tiny reindeer.
Bet you didn't see that coming. I mean, the show is called Rock and Roll Santa, so you probably did, but whatever. So Santa and the reindeer perform a very weird parody of Hound Dog by Elvis Presley, and it's weird. I don't get it. Why are they doing that?
You ain't nothing but reindeer flying all the time. You ain't nothing but reindeer flying all the time. You ain't never stubbed your toe, so I think you're mighty fine.
And that's the show.
Christmas is the most joyous holiday of the year,
Oh, there's more.
and we are very happy to be celebrating it with you. And now, for the big finale, here again are Santa and his 9 tiny reindeer.
So we get this song again.
They call me the rock and roll Santa. Rock and roll Santa.
Okay, now it's over. Okay, now it's actually over. That was, what the heck was that show? That was such a bizarre soundtrack. No, we are not doing that again. It was such a weird story and a lot of plot holes. Who do I need to blame for this? Who wrote this? I blame you, R. Eugene Jackson, Carl Ouellette, and Mark Rogers. What were you guys thinking? Now, here's the question I'm sure you've been asking since the beginning. If this show has such a small amount of information on it, how did I discover it? And where did I get a script and the soundtrack? Well, it's because I was in it, okay? Yeah, that's me. That's me as Prancer, back in 2008. If you've been watching my videos since December 1st, you'll know that on day 5, I did a video where I watched my 5th grade Christmas concert. Again, this was last year. And I said this. I was not actually there for this. I was busy doing something else. That's a story for another time. Yeah. This was it. I missed Christmas Idol for this. I mean, frankly, I'm not sure which one was the better show. I mean, Christmas Idol was shorter and had less prep time. Which brings me to my next point. I performed this out of town. My parents had to drive me to this. Twice a week, 3-hour rehearsals. And what's crazy is we actually talked family and friends into coming to see this. And what's even crazier is, they came! I remember one guy in the show's hockey team came to see the show. I know it's a long shot, but do you think there's any chance that they let him live it down? So that was my Christmas in 2008. How was yours? Anyways, that was Rock and Roll Santa, and oh boy was that a treat. I hope you all have a great Christmas. In these times, it really feels like the world needs Christmas right now. Shut up, cast of Glee, I'm trying to be sincere. The world just needs more joy and love. So let's be kind to each other, can you do that? That's all from me. Remember, be safe, be smart, have fun. Merry Christmas, Home Slice.